Ko te Amohaere Jefferies tōku ingoa. I grew up in Opotiki, no te whakatohia, te whānau apunu Ngāti Awa, Ngāti Raukawa hau. Me ngā iwi waha o Tainui mā tātua waka. Kia ora. I had a very grounded upbringing. Me and my 5 siblings went to Kohanga Reo, and then we moved off to another school, o Maramitu, but it was English at the time. When I turned 6, we moved to the coast, to Maraenui, Te Kuramana Māori o Maraenui. That's where we learnt more about the reo. And then my sisters and I, we all went to St. Joseph's Māori Girls College in Kahungunu. It was a little bit different for my brothers. They all went to Opotiki College, and then beginning of senior year, they were all shipped off to Hamilton Boys High School. So we were all kind of spread out, but well grounded in our whakatohia side. We would always go spend time with our dad's side in Kirikiriroa for the holidays. Yeah, big whānau teams. I think my music journey started again from Kohanga, and then heading to Maraenui, I learnt how to play the guitar, and then was taught how to harmonise. And it was just, like my earliest memories are very happy, and we were always singing, whether it be in our breaks, you know, out on the playground, I kaha ki te waiata, and I feel like it always just stuck to me. And then in high school, me and some of my friends dabbled in with composing waiata, but we thought it was all just fun and games and not actually taking notice that it could be a pathway in achieving something. I had friends who composed their own brackets when we were in high school, so that was quite inspiring as well. And then going to uni, COVID happened, and my brother and my sister-in-law encouraged me to apply for application to Te Māngai Pāho, exploring some of my skills, some of the gifts that Uncle Duru Te Kahautu Maxwell had given me at my uni years. And so with that experience came about Tāngia. That waiata was a song inspired by COVID to remind everyone that ahakoa ngā piki me ngā heke. You know, we need to remember where we come from and who we are. And although we're all stuck at home, it's also a good thing to rest and take a break. I feel like we get so busy with our lives, we're just on autopilot, and we struggle to just sit back or take a breath and just be present in the moment. That's how it kind of started, and yeah, with the years coming along, my baby came, and so I was experiencing motherhood for the first time, so I put my music on the back burner just while I navigated that new journey. And then rongoa came about, my waiata rongoa Tuku Iho, and I'm currently nearly finished an EP album. I have 5 new waiata. My last one is nearly done, and I have 1 new video clip. So I look forward to releasing those, hopefully this year. Kapa Haka, again, those foundations were established through kohanga, Kuramana Māori o Maraenui. St. Joe's, I feel like it's been in every phase in my life. So it's kind of hard to run away from it because it's always there. But then I also think, you know, it's embedded in our DNA. Tēnei mea te ngahau, te tuku i ngā kāre roto, me te taha wairua o ngā waiata. Yeah, Kapa Haka plays a big part in my life. It's definitely a side that helps brighten, I guess, or enlightens a bit of māramatanga into mine and my son's life, my whānau's life. It's a way of uplifting each other. It's about learning our history, our whakapapa, being strong and grounded in who we are as iwi take tangata Māori, tangata whenua. So to me, it actually plays a massive role in who I am as a person. I feel like it's quite a broad pātai, but yeah, I don't think I could ever see my life without haka in it. Yeah. I was actually a student of this this degree, and I actually just graduated last year, the year 2024. Myself and another friend of mine, we did it for our cohort Opotiki Matawhiti, and I'll be honest, it was a bit of a struggle going back to study whilst working full-time, whilst being a mother, just, you know, the way life is and how it's going, it was really full on. So it was a bit of a mish, but it was also enjoyable. The fact that we're learning how to gain a deeper understanding, deeper knowledge in how we should actually think about kapa hakas, not just hakas. It's not just the physical side of things. There's also a mātauranga side, the educational side that people don't actually realise, oh my gosh, all of these things actually fit into this world, and it's really cool connecting those dots. This mātauranga, this education can push us further in our lives in terms of Māori things, our ahurea, our culture actually gets us somewhere, which is amazing. And what I really like about this tohu is that it's our way of giving back to our own. And then coming into this role as a lecturer, I was actually approached by Poto and just said, oh, can you just apply for it? Would love to have you on board. Being a past tauira, I'm also a primary trained kaiako, but I was ready for another change, another pathway, and how I could add more to my kete mātauranga. And it's been an amazing journey coming into this role. It's a new one, but lots to learn off my colleagues, off my boss, off the tauira and vice versa. So it's been really exciting, yeah. Why this whare whānau is special to me, one, my dad actually helped establish this whare here, right here. My dad used to work for Te Whare Wānanga o Wanuiarangi a few years back, so it's really, it feels like in a way, second home for me, I guess, because my papa had ties and had a foundation before coming into this wānanga, but then also acknowledging that my mother also has her ties to Ngāti Awa. So again, giving back to our iwi, to our whānau, to our hapori, and how would I encourage people to come here? I think this program, or any program I guess with Awanuiarangi, is quite unique to the bigger whare wānanga, personally, because our approach is quite different. I feel like it's a bit more authentic. You can't get this kind of teaching in other programs. And I think one thing I feel for our Māori people, they get a bit nervous when they hear things to do with academia, but I don't consider myself an academic person. I like to do things with my ringa, with my hands, not writing on paper and mahi rorohiko. I really struggle with that, and I still do, but I guess it's the trying, it's being resilient. Again, it's proving and showing that I can do it. Ahakoa he ua. And it is hard, and it will be hard, but we won't know unless we try, and you can't get that anywhere else.